Hi, I'm Jen from Acadian Accounting Education, and today we are going to practice recording undeposited funds. So if you would like to grab a copy of the exercise, be sure to click on the link in the description, and let's get started. All right, let's record those undeposited funds. Now, this exercise is coming from our Level 1 ProAdvisor certification course, which if you would like more information about that course after we go through the exercise, be sure to click on the link in the description. But let's dive in and read through today's scenario. Craig has received checks from two customers for outstanding invoices. He doesn't have time to take them to the bank yet, and he asked you to record the received payments to undeposited funds or payments to deposit in his QuickBooks online file. First payment is for Cookies by Kathy. The invoice is $10.16 and the amount is $75. Second payment is for Jeff's Jalopies. The invoice is $10.22 and the amount is $81. So you'll need to be in the sample company to do this exercise. If you are not sure how to get into the sample company or get your own free QBOA account, be sure to click on the link in the description. I have the sample company here on the left side of my screen. Once you sign in, this is what it is going to look like. This is the dashboard. So let's get started with the exercise. Now, as a reminder, this is the scenario here. If you want to pause this video and read through it again, feel free to do so. But let's go ahead and continue on. First thing we are going to do is record the payment from Cookies by Kathy. So we're going to click on the plus new button and then select receive payment. So the plus new button is on the top left corner of the screen. Click on that, and then under customers is receive payment. Once it comes up, we are going to fill it out with the customer field. We are going to select Cookies by Kathy. So here's that customer field. Click into it. You can either scroll or type in her name. Either way is perfectly fine. So go ahead and click on it once you find it. We're going to leave the payment date as is, which is going to default to today. Now, of course, in a real life scenario, you would want to make sure that this date matches the day of the payment, the day the payment was received. So let's continue filling this out. In the payment method field, we are going to select check. So click the down arrow, select check. In the reference number field, we're going to type 1234. That is the check number. So go ahead and do that. We want to confirm that deposit 2 is currently selecting undeposited funds. Now, this is the holding account that is used to show a payment has been received but not physically made its way to the bank yet. So that is why we use undeposited funds rather than just selecting checking account right here. In the checkbox, or we're going to click on the checkbox next to invoice 1016 to apply the payment to the invoice. So go ahead and click on that checkbox there. You will notice that as soon as you do, QBO automatically assumes that the payment field should match the open balance field. Since Kathy paid in full, we are going to leave this as is. Now that we have recorded the payment from Kathy, let's go ahead and record the payment received from Jeff. Rather than saving and closing this transaction, we're just going to open up a new receive payment transaction right from here. So we're going to click on the down arrow next to save and close and then select save and new. So this receive payment transaction is all good. We're going to click on this down arrow here and then select save and new. And you can see that payment for Cookies by Kathy has been saved, and now we have a fresh receive payment transaction to use. This time in the customer field, we're going to select Jeff's Jalopies. So go ahead and click that down arrow. You can scroll or type his name in the box. Once you find it, go ahead and select it. Once again, we are going to leave this payment date field as is. But remember though, in a real life scenario, you want to make sure that this date matches the day the payment was received. So in the payment method field, we want to click on the down arrow and select check since that is how he paid. And then in the reference number field, we're going to type 12345 since that is the check number. Then in this deposit to field, we are going to make sure that it says undeposited funds, which it does. And then in the checkbox, or we're going to click on the checkbox next to invoice number 1022 to apply the payment to the invoice. So go ahead and click on that checkbox. You can see that QBO is automatically assuming that the payment date field should match what is on the open balance. This is fine because Jeff has paid the invoice in full, so we're going to leave it as is. Now we're going to just close out of this. So click on the down arrow next to Save and New to select Save and Close. So go ahead and click that green arrow, select Save and Close. And now both payments, you can see that one has been saved and both payments have been recorded and applied to the invoices. Now, once Craig takes the checks to the bank, you would record the deposit by using a bank deposit transaction. Doing so is out of the scope of this exercise, but just know that that is the next step in the process. And there you go. You have now practiced receiving payments. Now, if you like this exercise and you would like to do more like it, or you would like more information about that Level 1 ProAdvisor certification course, be sure to click on the link in the description, and I will see you next time.